So do you trust your hunger signals? Do you trust your body, or are you always reliant on a plan, someone else to tell you what to eat? Now this video will teach you 5 ways to tune into your hunger and reconnect with your body. And these are the exact tips I use when recovering from an eating disorder. I had bulimia in my teens and early 20s. I'm Harriet Frew, and this is the Eating Disorder Therapist Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Let's dive in. So I can't possibly be hungry. I've only just eaten is a phrase I've heard many, many times in the therapy room. Now, when you've overridden your body's signals unwittingly to well-meaning diet and wellness plans, it's no surprise that trusting hunger can feel like a dubious phenomenon. Feeling hungry may even feel downright wrong and shameful. You associate hunger with greediness and impulsiveness. You forcefully push the feeling down again and again, thinking, I shouldn't be hungry. Unsurprisingly, you're no longer attuned to your body, and maybe your emotional needs have become tangled up with food. You find yourself eating in response to happiness, boredom, upset, anger, or anxiety, any feeling, as a natural soother and a turn to, as a balm to calm in stormy life situations. So you just cut off from your body's needs and your eating feels out of control. It's a jumbled knot. So what is hunger? What is emotion? What is something else entirely? Maybe you just don't know. Now, the body disconnection means an absence of self-trust and safety. And it may have been so long since you really listened to your body and responded to its signals. Because maybe food rules rule the roost. Things like no food before 12 p.m. because I got to fast. Or don't eat snacks or your blood sugar will skyrocket. Always have so many hours between eating episodes. Only X number of calories per meal. Carbohydrates are evil. All of these rules, they trap you though in a safe but suffocating cage which you probably regularly burst out of with understandable rebellion. And you might binge eat, maybe you chew and spit, you emotionally eat. So let's talk about hunger. Hunger cues are important and a natural body communication. In the same way that your body tells you to breathe and take in oxygen, hunger alerts you to your fuel and nourishment needs. So how do you know when you're hungry? Now, your personal hunger cues will be individual depending on you as a person. But I want to distinguish between growing hunger and extreme hunger. So growing hunger is often feeling irritable, energy falling. Perhaps it's more challenging to concentrate on what's going on. Your mental clarity and focus falls. You start to salivate and have thoughts about food, and you may even have a bit of stomach rumbling. But often that's more of an extreme hunger signal. What about extreme hunger? So growling stomach or feelings of emptiness, feeling dizzy, shaky or faint, headaches, unable to focus and concentrate on anything, low mood or high anxiety, maybe fantasies about different foods, particularly high fat, sugar and salty foods. Recognizing and responding to your natural hunger is fundamental self-care for mental and physical well-being, because hunger serves a vital biological function and ensures that you're fueling your body with energy and nutrients to thrive. So ideally, it's far more preferable to respond to hunger when it's building, when it's that growing hunger, rather than waiting for extreme hunger to kick in. Because when you respond only to extreme hunger, you're so much more at risk of binge eating, emotional eating, all the things. And as a human, you're designed for survival and life. When your ancestors came across honey or berries, they would have ravenously devoured them with abandon. So we're designed for this. So how can you tune into your body and listen to your hunger? Number 1, practice regular eating as a baseline of self-care. Now this means building up to eating 6 times a day with 3 meals and 3 snacks. So never going more than approximately 3 hours without eating. Then your body knows that food is coming and will begin to experience safety. You are far less likely to experience extreme hunger when you are doing this. Now, regular eating offers a scaffolding of self-care. It's not rigid, but it really helps to stabilize blood sugar, calm the body physiology, and you're avoiding the anxious irritability that is inevitable when you override hunger signals. Number 2, start to identify your hunger signals and write them down. So you're likely out of sync. You don't know what they are. You may need to relearn them, and this will require gentleness and patience. So begin to insert pauses in your day to reconnect with your body. So quietly notice how you are feeling and the sensations you're experiencing. Write them down. Now, this will initially feel forced and you may be confused and untrusting of yourself. But when you slow down enough, you'll be pleasantly surprised at how much inner wisdom your body actually has when you connect with it. And you will start to slowly begin to build self-trust. Now, for me, hunger signals include often feeling weak and tired, losing focus, emptiness in my stomach, feeling irritable, hard to concentrate. Number 3, have ceremony and pause with your eating. Be mindful, plan your eating ahead and take an active self-care break, even if it's for 10 minutes. So no more shoveling food down on the run or in front of your work screen. Instead, develop ceremony, sit down at a table to eat, even like just for 10 minutes, and aim for increasing levels of mindfulness with eating. Slow everything down and notice the taste and textures of the food, and do anything that encourages presence and self-care. Lay a place, light a candle, remember to breathe. Number 4, on a satiety tube, feeling full and satisfied after eating creates a good baseline. When you undereat, you're left feeling restless and unsatisfied as though something is missing. But if you eat a balanced plate of food, including carbs, protein and fats, this will help you feel satisfied and satiated. And not eating from extreme hunger helps with this too, because it's challenging to regulate our eating when we're coming from a starving place. Now, if you're unsure about fullness levels, you might need to wait 10 minutes and check in again. And this process can feel tricky to navigate, as you may become so oversensitive to fullness signals, finding it hard to tolerate any full up feelings. But eating to satisfaction is vital. You need to be deriving enough yum and deliciousness from your meals to feel this adequately. It's perfectly normal not to have a flat stomach after eating, and for most of us before eating too, okay? Crazy rules that we have. So move away from this ideal that a flat stomach is normal. It really isn't. Number 5, deal with emotional hunger. If you're finding it challenging to untangle physical hunger from emotional hunger, be really gentle and kind with yourself. And if you're not sure if it's emotional hunger, pause first and ask yourself, what do I need right now? Now, if you're sad, you might need time alone. You might need a hug. If you're angry, you might need to go for a brisk walk and to process your thoughts. If you're lonely, you might need to reach out to a friend. Okay, it's thinking about what is it that I need. If you're exhausted, you might need to rest, even just to lay down for 10 minutes and have a pause. Food often isn't the need in the moment, but we get very confused when we don't stop and pause first. So why bother with all of this? Now, by tuning into your body and reconnecting with hunger signals, your relationship with food will significantly improve. Your body will feel calmer, more stable in its physiology. Food will become more neutral rather than the angel or the demon on your back. And your frequency of extreme eating practices will decline. By tuning into your body, your energy, digestion, and mental well-being will improve. Self-caring and attuned eating promotes self-awareness and well-being that extends far beyond relationship with food alone. Do you relate to these themes? How are you getting on in tuning in to your own hunger? Do let me know in the comments. Thank you for listening and watching the Eating Disorder Therapist podcast. Do check out my Food Freedom app if you wanted to heal your relationship with food. And I look forward to sharing another episode with you very soon. Bye.